everyone. So this is going to be part 2 of my new little video series that I'm trying to do um, regarding kind of my mental health journey and the things that I want to do with that journey and who I want to reach out to, which is basically everybody. Educating people about mental health obviously is something I'm very passionate about, but even people who deal with mental health need a little bit of education in order to work through it. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about self-care. So on my Instagram and on my Facebook page, the last 2 days I have gone ahead and posted 2 of my self-care tips that I'll use around the house when I'm having either vulnerable moments, my depression acts up, my anxiety acts up, or even just self-care to prevent that. As I mentioned in my last video, self-care is not to be done on a as needed basis. Self-care needs to be done every single day in some aspect or another. It's really important that you take time for you, because without you taking time for you, how are you going to service other people? Or even just function on a day-to-day basis, truly. So the first 2 that I talked to, one of them was aromatherapy. I specified aromatherapy baths because that is one of my absolute favorite things to do. So I'll usually go ahead and I'll make a bath salt, which I absolutely would love to do a little tutorial on to teach you kind of how to make your own. They're very easy to make and so beneficial for mental health. You can use them for everything though, even if you don't have mental health issues. Using essential oils in your bath, you can, if you're feeling stressed just from a normal day at work, you're holding a lot of body tension for whatever reason, you deal with chronic pain, all of those things can be helped with something like a aromatherapy bath with bath salts. So the one that I talked about specifically yesterday, the day before yesterday, was I did a blend with something called Stress Away and another one that was called Peace and Calming. So those have a combination of citrus oils and floral oils. And I believe there's actually a couple of tree oils in there as well. But all of the oils that were used in those 2 blends were designated, or have the properties, I should say, to help increase serotonin in your brain, increase dopamine. They all basically, what that means, I know that's probably pretty technical. So serotonin, to put it simply, is the chemical that's in your brain that helps you with mood regulation. So for somebody with a depressive brain, they will typically have less serotonin and more what is called cortisol, which is your stress hormone. So these essential oils work directly with that, and they help to reduce that cortisol and increase that serotonin. So they're literally making a chemical reaction in your brain just by smelling it. Literally within 10 minutes most of the time, sometimes 20, depending on the oil and severity of whatever you're trying to treat with aromatherapy. Usually 10 minutes is enough. They're so concentrated and so strong. 10 minutes is usually enough to help you feel calm or whatever you need. So really awesome. Obviously those 2 oils work for me. They may not work for everybody. Other oils that you could try using are things like orange oil. I love that one when I'm having issues with anxiety. There's also one called Trauma Life by Young Living, which again, like, I couldn't believe it. I was skeptical. It was a new oil I got. I was about to have an anxiety attack, and I put some directly on my forehead, and honest to God, within a minute, my anxiety, I felt relief. I couldn't believe it. Like, I still can't believe it. I thought it was fluke. I tried it again on my next anxiety attack, and same thing. So whether it's a mind over matter or it's physically doing something that it needs to do, which I truly believe it is, it worked for me. But again, not everything that works for me will work for you. So there are other options like lavender oil, Frankincense is so great for people. A lot of the citrus oils, bergamot, lemon, lime, those kinds of things, they're all really good for creating happy pathways in your brain. So when we're talking stress, anxiety, depression, those kinds of things, those are great oils to choose from. And you can make whatever is tailored to you. So if you don't know what to use, reach out, let me know kind of what you're dealing with, and maybe I can help you find some oils that might help with that. Even if you just want to make like an Epsom salt bath or something like that, you don't necessarily need the oils, but the impact of the oils is pretty significant. So it's a really cool thing to get into. And natural, which is fantastic. The second one that I talked about yesterday was music therapy. So music therapy, it's one I really didn't get into right away, which is so silly because I love music and I've kind of only really just been, really using music to help me. And I'm finding it super beneficial. I don't know why I haven't tried it earlier. For me, I can go anywhere from spa music to dance music and that kind of stuff, but I find personally that positive music, so music that invokes positive reaction from me, and happy emotion, excited emotion, those kinds of things, those are the types of music that I tend to go to. Listening to music obviously is one that is great. I love driving around the car, especially on a sunny day, just listening to music. Sometimes I turn it up loud, sometimes I just listen to it quietly, all depends on my mood. But the other thing is I always go for music that I can sing to. Singing for me is very therapeutic. I feel like it's a really good emotional expression outlet for me, so that's kind of why I do that. I find when I'm singing, I'm really taking in the lyrics of the song. So like I said, that's why I prefer to go with more of a positive type music, because I really do embody what that song is telling me. So a lot of them might be a little bit empowering, or just kind of might be like talking about how things are going to get better or whatever it may be. Some of them maybe I don't have any relation to, but I like the beat. It's totally going to be different for everybody. And yeah, spa music is so great for relaxation. I love to listen to spa music when I'm having my aromatherapy baths, those kinds of things. So obviously what works for you, again, may be different from what works for me, but give it a try. Dancing, singing, just listening, whatever helps you. I know people who, listen to metal because somehow listening to metal allows them to let go of any aggression or anger that they have. For me, I find it a little overwhelming. So just keep in mind that these are tools that you have usually at your fingertips. Who doesn't have music at their fingertips? And it's so easy. Throw on a pair of headphones if you're starting to feel like crap. If you just need a little pick-me-up in the morning, you really don't have a whole lot of energy, go with something like that because it's gonna help. As for a bath, I know not everybody has a bath, but you can achieve the same benefits just by using aromatherapy with a diffuser, or even just picking up a bottle of oil and smelling the bottle of oil. Like I said, it doesn't take very long at all for the aroma from the oils to actually make an impact on what's going on in your brain. So anyways, that's enough for this video. I'm going to chat about surrounding yourself with positivity for my next one. And I'm also going to touch on, in one of my later ones, physical activity. And then we're going to talk about some breathing and meditation and all of those good things. Again, I kind of want to make this something like you have at your fingertips. I don't want these to be complicated. I don't want you to have to seek these out. I want you to be able to use the tools whenever you need to have the tools at your convenience. Because when you're having an anxiety attack, you don't have the time to think about, what am I going to do? You just need to be able to do it. And on that note, when you're having an anxiety attack, your IQ will actually drop about 10 points. Same with depression, or anger. If you're getting angry at somebody, your IQ drops. So how can you be expected to just go and reach for tools? That's why I'm here. practice these things, because if you practice them, they become second nature. And that's what you need. Anyways, have a good day. I hope it's beautiful, and I hope you find happiness.